Hi! Happy Sunday! Hopefully your Sunday is going well and the week is ending on a decent note at least. My brain froze, I'm sorry. Really? Yeah, happy Sunday, yeah. Hopefully your Sunday is going well. If not, no worries. There's always another day to look forward to. Hi Roderick. Hi Rage. Hi Psychic. Hello. How are you, Roderick? How are you, Rage? Does the game of discipline from platforms? No. It's still on Steam. I got it from Steam. The Wood of Horror. Why would it disappear from platform? Did something happen to it? Bye. What are you doing? How is your stuff? My day was okay. My Sunday was pretty alright, to be honest. It wasn't that bad. It was a pretty chill day. Because I was mostly laying down, rotting in my bed, then took a nap. I got up, played Battlefield 6, and then I played a bit of Crusader King 3. And then I ate a croissant. But yeah, it was a pretty chilly. Pretty chill. I think I wanted to share something I kinda just forgot. I think I'll eventually remember later on. It was a quite a boring day. Well, don't worry. Yeah, it was boring. Tedious, insufferable. That's why we're gonna jump right up into World of Horror. Forgot how loud the game is. My ears being freaking great. I don't get why. Game, you open a game, these automatically put a max volume. Like, wow, now I got ear damage. Thank you very much. Life easier, but forced to be the ones that make it harder. Well, every goal has a rocky path. It's the path to make your life easier. You have to overcome the rocky parts of it. And then eventually you'll be able to enjoy the fruit of your effort. journey starts with this step. Yes. It's a staircase. Like the staircase to heaven, but it's not heaven, it's the goal that you want. It's not like that pathway. Like, if you want an elevator pathway, well, the end goal is not gonna be a goal. It's gonna be some. You can easily ruin your life. It's easy. So that's the elevator path. See the elevator, or take the stairs. My brain froze. This game is loud. Loud. I forgot where I left off. We're supposed to play this. When you press the flashing light, it will advance to the next experience level. Choose one perk on the stat upgrade. I guess discipline. Faster offense action. Basically, did you see the game? Yeah, basically you have to like solve like horror aspect cases, and then like you can do like character. There's like so many things you can do actually. And then when you die, I think it's basically, I don't know if you start over. No, because when I first played it, the first case I did, it legit, you have to start over. So you get punished harshly. I didn't die in this playthrough. So I wonder, will it make me start over? Or like, take me to the beginning of the case? I think I do this. Hi Hugh, how are you? Need to restart the case. Oh yeah. We should get some rest. You're able to. I forgot about the stamina reason. No. I need between strength or reason. I do reason. 21! Oh, it was +6. Sure. We're currently investigating any mysterious newspaper clipping and noise collected on the next friendship point. Okay. Can I change my clothes? Alright. I'm gonna do gym clothes. Watch TV. Some readers report a strange tall man dressed in white taking the metro after dark. Apparently stalking a lone passenger. Please take care and avoid traveling alone. Oh, he. Can I call 911? I can't call 911. Wait. To the American version. Sneak it. Nothing there. Check my storage area. I have a fire axe! Give me that. Thank you very much. Where's a crystal mask? What is this? It's minus 10% doom? Can I equip it? I could equip it. Let me equip my fire axe. Put that in there. Can I? Town setting. Hi, Oxard. Where the heck do I save? Transaction. I'll have to. Okay, let's start a new mystery. I didn't even mean to press that. Eerie episode involving meals. While returning to your home, someone suddenly bumps into you. Did you know? You turn around. It's your friend living in the same apartment complex, Kiana. The weird dude is back. You know, the one who studies fish. You shrug, open the door. Kana falls immediately, enters the kitchen. A while later, they return with 2 cans of soda. Aren't you curious what weird fish did you bring this time? Yeah. I saw the creepy neighbor carrying some jars inside his apartment. I wonder what fish did he find this time. You check it out? He'll surely recognize me if I try to do it myself. Please. Investigate the seaside load twice to complete the seaside location. Seaside. So should I leave? Let's go investigate the seaside. The ocean is hungry. We stop by a person with a knife. They look incredibly sad. It wants me, but I'm afraid. I'm too much of a coward to do it myself. Can you help me? Nah. If they want to curl themselves, should I just let them curl themselves? Need the... Any, meeny, miny, moe, catch a tiger by his toes. My mother said to choose the best one, and it is you. Let's talk her out of it. Charisma check failure. And I'm gonna give you closer. I say jump off the cliff. Wow. I might as well tell her to cure herself. Let's take the seaside again. Something pulls you toward the beach. A statue. A half buried in the sand is calling you. Feeling your hand shaking you, take the step closer. Should I take my tail? Oh, I did it anyway. Amy, let's take it home. That was just Barney hiding the looks of memorize. You take it home one day, rail. It's a bad idea. You must be going crazy, but you swear something's watching you from the sea. I don't know. Let's go investigate the apartment now. As you prepare the bath, you think of what the possible leads for. You're very tired, swimming with ice cold water is a good idea. Bruh, I hate taking cold bath. Bro, I should have listened to myself. You enter the art workshop. The room is cluttered with half-finished sculptures and bizarre masks hanging on the wall. One sculpture strikes you as eerily realistic. Let's check out the mask. One mask looks similar to the design you once saw in an Oculus book. You decide to take it with you. Oh my gosh, what is this? A demon mask. 4 minus stamina for 1 plus damage? Oh, worry. The neighbor office was empty. You do find a few jars all filled with weird eel fish, despite your protest. Can't as I take one jar home. Have you ever seen an eel like this? It's so freaky. Don't you have a feeling he's watching us? How can they sip their soda so calmly, staring at this creepy creature? I don't know. I'm happy for 1 plus damage per hit. Really? Just for really scam. Can I sell this? I mean, pure hit. Does it stack? Like, if it stacks, like, okay, 1 hit stacks, stays permanently. Wandering through an empty corridor, you find an old vending machine. You don't recognize the brands of soda inside, but you really could use a drink. Get the cheapest one. It can be sold, yeah. Oh, okay. Money for me. Give it a candle, burn soda, and take a sip. It tastes a little odd, but you enjoy the drink anyway. I've seen you burning some nose behind her apartment building. Let's go check it out. Is it even alive? Are we going back to my place? Sorry. Your friend is asked to meet them at a certain secluded location. Getting there, you find a telescope with a note signed by your friend. The note tells you to look through the telescope. You don't see anything at first, then you notice it. The bloated body of an eel is getting closer. Plus 3% to Kenyo's ray. Someone tried to burn some papers. There must have been a hurry because some of the paper looks salvageable. You both return to your apartment trying to decipher the notes. That's so weird. Your neighbor really wasn't too ill to seem. You begin to wonder if spying on your neighbor was a good idea to begin with. Dark forces came against you. You don't know who you can trust anymore. There must be... There must be something more we can learn. I'll try to break into his apartment tomorrow morning. I wonder where he's hiding in there. You shrug non-committally. You just wish you could throw this damn jar in the trash. I'm hungry. Whatever it was. Dang. Do I have food? I have no food. From some real cool and the milk to the full the laying eggs into human. As you glance around, you notice a more and more wearing strange mask, and unlike anything you've seen before. As you turn to your friends for reassurance, you notice that also wear those eerie masks. Their voices sound muffled and distorted, and you can shake out the feeling that they're not quite themselves. The hair in the back of your neck stands on the end, and you realize something is terribly wrong. A sense of dread creeps over you as the mask people are swarming through the store, filling their carts with food with good prices already stacked while realizing the fast you don't have any chance of survival. Thinking about how stupid it is of Canada to try sneaking back into your neighbor's apartment when you go to sleep. You spend an entire day waiting for Canada. Where the hell are they? Don't I have food? I don't want food. The pool is empty at this hour. It's dark, but you can swear something suddenly moved on the surface of the water. Let's check the locker. Someone left their wallet in one of the open lockers. +2. Let's go. Ken has been missing since yesterday. You just check your neighbor's apartment near yourself. You cautiously enter your neighbor's kitchen. You're shocked to see countless jars filled with eels flailing around restlessly. Where the hell is Kiana? Let's check the bedroom. I found the neighbor, but his eyes burst. I slipped on the blood and lost consciousness. I'm worried there's something in my own eye too. We must puncture their eyes. You rush to the hospital, Kiana, getting a lot of attention from horrified people. Your friend is taken immediately to the operating theater, and you collapse in the chair waiting room. When you wake up, it's already night. Trying to ask your friend, you are met with weird reactions you've never existed. You rush to the operating theater, your supper are stopped by armed policemen. Whatever happened, the doctor must have been too late to help. You're still processing the event of the previous night. Corpse-eating eel that laid their eggs in the eyes. Sitting before your apartment building, you watch the police officer emptying your neighbor's place. Whoa! I think I could have saved her if I stabbed her eyes. Oh. Oh my gosh. Where are we going? We're not going. I killed my neighbor indirectly. I could have saved my neighbor because she got baby eels and someone planted baby eels in her eye. So I was like, I either puncture her eyeball or take her to the hospital. I took her to the hospital, but she died. So I feel like I should have punctured her eye. Where are we bringing the body? I can't bury the body. The police has the police has the body. Barbara's trying to see them all. Oh. I got 30 experience, 15 extra still hope. I got +1 reasoning. Hey! I can just see, what is a folklore study? Plus knowledge. Improve resting. Plus charisma. My charisma kinda sucks, not gonna lie. I think I get like +6. So would I get +6 stamina? And then next I think I'll invest in strength. The local... Also, hi Yuri-san, how are you? The local scientists are baffled. An unpredictable aurora-like event has bathed the entire town in an unnatural green glow. The heck? forgot I had spells. What is this? Hmm. Let's go home. I have a key. Wait, I can go to the let's go to the lighthouse. Is it? Oh, can I unlock this door? I have one more door to unlock. Let's go back home. Let's take a bath. Cold water and get reason. Small XP boost. Extra stamina. Regain. Let's get small XP boost. Let's look through. Ooh! It's creep. My neighbor is peeking through. What a creep. The TV host is getting a big octopus. At least that's what she claims. But there are way too many tentacles. You're not really wait. A demolition of an old sensation resulted in an array of unfortunate accidents and more. Oh, turn on the TV. I'm sorry. Once a year, a ramen shop appears where the once alleyway. Check my clothes. Feel wearing that today. Let's check my storage. Nothing here. A safe progress. No. Let's go get another mystery. Bloody brief of bikini bullet. As the decades roll in technology has only developed further, this day's computer bulletin board software allows computer to communicate over phone lines. All it takes is a computer and a modem and then it became. I drink water. All it takes is a computer and modem connected to the police system or even host one of their own. Once connecting all the messages to the plane, even post your own conversation. Managing the short files to chat. Upload figure talk, but everything really games is sport to idle culture. But in the wake of a sudden string of your suicide, things are unfolding names. Rumors have resurfaced. The deaths are linked to a police system operating from somewhere within Shukawa. What is beyond the suicide? How could be so many people dream to take their own lives? I don't know, let's find out. Even if the rumor police system phone number is found, there's no hope to investigate with a computer that can connect to it. Maybe their school library has one that will work. Investigate difficulty twice to complete the mission. Okay, let's investigate it before we go to school. The investigation is taking a toll on you. You start to miss the obviously. Whatever. Let's go check the school. Hearing footsteps behind you, you realize you're the only student here. A girl wearing a demon mask starts giggling as she gets closer. Full count, wiper. Wait, I wanna clear. Strong attack. You're dead. Bye. What is that? I got a box cutter. It's broken. The box cutter is broken. It's worse than my freaking. It's not as good as my fire axe. A school library computer doesn't have a modem. You happen to bump into a member of the computer club asking her around. She's apparently just got a new system, is willing to let you borrow hers, thinking you're ready to make the home in your city. While you walk through the crowded place, someone bumps into you and quickly apologizes. You realize what's happening. Perception check. They stole your wallet. You quickly grabbed their moment and dropped it before disappearing in the crowd. Easy. You like the cardboard box full of PC parts to your apartment stairs. Keep it clenched as you heave it up one step at a time. God damn, their computers are heavy. Passing by a faulty elevator, its door suddenly open. You take a step back, noticing a weird tall woman standing near darkness. Do you live here? I've never seen you. Ew. It's like Clop. Scary woman. Very scary woman. Wait. Do you? Easy, bye, Cyclop woman. You look this way from your browser, finally finishing up the computer in your bedroom. After a few tests, you're now certain that everything is functional. The new caster. Hold on, let me store. Can I? How do I store this? Here. Loud knocking wakes you up in the middle of the night. Open up! Shouts a deep voice from behind the door. I know you're there. Before you can answer, the door lit up suddenly open and an unknown invader tries to look inside. Luckily, you managed to stand still. After a couple of minutes, the man retreats, probably unsure if you're home after all. Creepy. Hoping to find a lead, you head to the hospital. With how many deaths there have been, the hospital's in chaos. The staff looks exhausted. When the reception lets her head down onto the desk for a minute, you slip out the waiting room into the hospital. Let's go to the forest. In the forest, you hear faint whimpering in the distance. Hi, weapon. Hi. I discovered a wild dog caught by his hind leg in a bear trap. The dear dog growls miserably when you get closer. I'm not risking it. What if it bites me? After searching deep in the bush for some time, you discover the body of a young student clutching the nail. Seriously, I write this is for everyone wanting to stay behind. The sacrifice is worth it. Life means coming from a relationship, shared death, and that connection will outlast you. There won't be anything left but us. Everyone in here is waiting here for you, so if you lose your resolve, just listen to the voice of human now. Oh, will not do. I'll take you in the elevator. You get a terrible feeling that something's about to happen. The elevator door is open. Luck truck failure. The elevator open revealing a black smacks of eyes. Teeth pour into the elevator, biting and suffocating you. Later, you wake up in the doctor's office. The nurse discovers you laying unconscious in the elevator nurse. Oh, heck. Good thing that you missed it. It's your reason. You overheard two nurses talking about a girl whose suicide attempt failed. Apparently, she's recovering at her grandparent home out of the village in the city outskirts. You get in the hospital and make your way to the nearest bus. It's been almost a year since a childhood friend moved away to another city. He left suddenly without saying goodbye. In a recent letter, he apologized for the experience and asked to remove the furniture from his flat because he wanted to sell it. In the envelope, you found a key to his apartment. Uh-oh. When moving the wardrobe to the door, you take the wrong stock and sprain your ankle. It's nothing serious, but you have trouble walking for a few weeks. Oops. As you pull into a video post of a news story comes in the bus driver radar. An entire class of shoe clusters slip in front of the train. A massive sight. God dang. I can go to the police. Others are presuming. How can we help you? Ankle vulnerabilities? Yeah. And my ankles are pretty soft, yes. People point talk about me on the other side of the street. He looks confused, muttering to himself while occasionally touching a festering wound in his cheek. You stop on your tracks and see the man's cursing in incantation. Dang, people's freaking crazy here. When you find the girl's house, her grandparents greet you solemnly. They thank you for your effort to stop the death. Forgive her grandfather says he leads you to her bedroom. She's a kind girl, something has happened to her. She went crazy. What is casterless? I just gains. +2 one-time use only. Oh, so one-time use only? Does it take that out? Yes or no? Yes. We're not going to close, right? Seems like it. Oh, it's a healing in effect. Hi, Sheriff. It's actually cute. It was a healing spell. It's a one-time use healing spell. As you walk through the village, crops wave in the breeze, following your every movement. The recovering girl is more than happy to only affirm the bullet experience, but give you as a number. You have to do what it tells you, trust me. You won't regret a thing. She beeps at you to make her swallow the pain medication. I'll be back to join you all soon. Wait for me, okay? Just quit it. She gave the companion your phone number and hastily leave. More Mexican flavor. More it's all iron flavor. Walk into the village, you're suddenly pulled behind a building. 2 minutes, look max, figure block your figure. Do you serve the old ones? What? Serve what? Mac's been visibly puzzled. Sorry to bother you. Says when they disappear on the current. What was that about? But I'm going crazy. Welcome home. Do you like it so far? Yeah, I like home. I'm glad. Dot, take your phone off the modem and put it in your ear. You recall the note you found. Could this be the voice of finale you read about? Bracing yourself, you slowly put the phone in your ear. You don't hear words or voice. You soon understand they don't need those. It's difficult, but you manage to keep track of which your thoughts are yours and which were theirs. Everyone is here now. We've skipped everything in the hells back in life. We don't have any more burdens. You can escape with us. This is the purest form of existence. A paradise of connection. I mean, didn't this happen before? I'm getting deja vu. Wasn't there like a real life case where it was like a online community? Like they did like mass suicide all together to reach like like to free themselves. Is there a reference? I feel like I know this case. I'm getting it like deja vu. I read it before. It's like it seems really familiar. We'll bring all humanity together. Suffering is human. How can you believe that? Well, okay. If you want to suffering, go ahead. Your conscience dips. By the time you snap out of it, you strangle yourself with a phone cord. The entity assaults your mind with a struggle, bringing the strength you didn't know you had. You refuse to die. You listen to the statically signal on the other hand. It's harsh to your ear. But then, the noise begins to slowly change to something beautiful. You want to join it. Um... There's a Junetown massacre? Was it a Junetown massacre? You found a burrito with a rat in it. You're hungry. Do you eat the burrito now or take your meds and hopefully the burrito disappear? I'll take the med and eat the burrito. That's what I do. He's 1 HP, bruh. And the massacres were for service in it. There you before. Let me see. Town. I don't think that's the one. I'm thinking of 2 cases I've heard. Like this case has referenced 2 other cases that I have like read about. I never heard of the Jonetown one. 900 dead? Is there a YouTube, like quick like 5-minute YouTube? Video disappear, only the rat remains. Eat the rat and you'll eat extra protein. There's extra protein. Might as well. I never heard of this. I never heard of this. Actually, we're gonna take a mini break from the game and we're gonna watch a summary. We're gonna watch the massacre explain. I'm actually really curious. I'm gonna watch it. It's a crazy story. Is it that crazy? This is actually my first time hearing about it. This is crazy. I think I have seen it before, maybe? I don't know. I never heard it before. Well, I'm gonna, I'm gonna get hot water and a croissant. And then we're gonna watch this. I'll be right back. I'm back. Hi. Yeah, I got hot water in my croissant. 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 We're gonna watch this video now. The Jonestown Massacre explained. Because I'm really curious. I want to know what happened. We're gonna watch it. We're becoming conversation. I'm really curious. How did not he got 900 people to curl himself?
Before Heaven's Gate, before the Manson family, the single largest deliberate
Look,
lot.
I heard of this. I heard of the Heaven's Gate. I heard of the Manson family. I heard of this other kind of like cult stuff. But I never heard of a Jonestown.
Miles away from the closest American border, in a remote jungle in Guyana, where the cult leader Jim Jones in the People's Temple committed the largest mass suicide in recent history. Jim Jones was born May 13, 1931, to James and Lynetta Jones. During his infancy, the family was trapped in severe poverty due to the Great Depression that was engulfing all of America, forcing his family to travel all over the state to find decent food and shelter. The Joneses finally settled in Lynn, Indiana, where Jones grew up going to church. And even
if I were to start a cult, it wouldn't be suicide cult. It wouldn't be more of like a self-indulgent cult. Like, I would tell, like, I would like, you know, like how the orphan system is really horrible. It's like you just take a freaking kid and they're not on the system at all. It's like, I will get like, go to those like horrible orphans, take a bunch of children, and then like I will like get them like all rattled up in like it's a house I bought, a countryside, and then I raise them normally. You can say that. The only thing about it will be different is that every certain days in the weekend, no, certain days of the week, we will go hunting. Specifically, we're gonna learn. I will teach them how to hunt at a young age, and then once they reach puberty, I'm gonna end up taking homeless people, and then I'm gonna start making them hunt homeless, and then that way they can switch from hunting from animals to human being, and then have to like gain that kind of skill and get rid of the fear. I'm not gonna teach them anything but morals or like uh, ethics. None of that. So they won't actually differentiate knowing what they're doing is wrong or bad, like wrong or right. And then like there's no one. I'm going to teach them, and then like how to like distract. anything they hunt or dissect it before eating it. Well, we're not gonna eat the humans. We're gonna like, if I were to like hunt the humans, make them hunt the humans, then we're gonna like have some like underground freezer where all the humans are hooked, and then whenever I need to teach one of them how to understand the human body, we'll take one of the bodies out of the freezer and we'll dissect it. So yeah, that's kind of the kind of cult I'll build. So Mad Max cult, basically something like, it's not crazy. It's not like it's not that crazy at all. Are we not here a cult? No. This is not a cult. I'm raising an army. The opposite.
Friends, but mostly being known as a strange
I
kid.
think it's the
Some
same
family
thing.
and friends allege that Jones would hold funerals for his pets and that he even stabbed a cat once. But Jones mostly ignored the name calling and focused on high school. During his academic
Do you know one thing for any like psychopaths? And like they're gonna be a serial killer if they abused animal when they were a kid. If a kid
he was
abused an
avid reader
animal,
of Adolf Hitler and Karl Marx, ingraining a radical mindset from a young age. He
if he was
graduated with honors in 1948. The America that a young Jim Jones had grown up in, and the America that a now lonely 20-year-old Jim Jones found himself in, were polar opposites. Between a childhood living in a shack to a booming post-war economy, his 20s saw a country obsessed with spending and consuming.
Listen, help me out, will you? Harold hates my coffee. What kind do you use? Instant Folgers. Instant Folgers? Tastes good as fresh perked.
Jones disapproved of all of this, opting instead for a life of necessity and community, headed by a communist government. In 1951, Jones joined the Communist Party of Indiana and wanted to introduce more people to the teachings of communism. But at the time, the anti-communist sentiment in America was at an all-time high.
In recognizing a communist, physical appearance counts for nothing. If he openly declares himself to be a communist, we take his word for it. If a person consistently reads and advocates the views expressed in a communist publication, he may be a communist.
Senator Joseph McCarthy's anti-communist politics was making it very difficult and dangerous for anyone to identify as a communist.
One communist on the faculty of one university is one communist too many. And even if there were only one communist in the State Department, even if there were only one communist in the State Department, that would still be one communist too many.
Senator McCarthy was a stern opponent of socialism and would regularly use smear tactics to ruin the public reputation of anyone who identified as a communist from all parts of America. This practice was later coined McCarthyism.
The next step of your indoctrination.
After experiencing some first-hand McCarthy-esque harassment outside a courthouse, Jim Jones became so frustrated with the government's scheme of destroying communists in America that he started his own scheme.
So on down the road, I became even more alienated by that event. I decided, how can I demonstrate my Marxism? The thought was, infiltrate the church.
Even though Jones was an open communist, he managed to become a student pastor at a local Methodist church, where his charismatic speaking earned him a small following.
It really was brought to my attention by a very kindly, and I pause because of, again, feeling that it can reflect on others, a man who had a great deal of conscience that seemed to be...
Wait. Is my phone tapped? I'm gonna be so embarrassed. Is there an FBI in my phone? It's gonna be so embarrassing because I talk to myself a lot. Like, I babble to myself a lot. And then like the FBI behind like looking hearing me behind the screen is like, dang, this girl is pretty crazy. I feel embarrassed that someone is hearing me yap and be freaking schizo is actually so embarrassing. Actually, if that's the case, I'm gonna pretend that I'm actually talking to the FBI behind my screen. So that way, it makes it seem that they're listening. Put it in the list for listening. I'm pretty sure I am on a list. No list, not plural. Not plural, no that. I'm pretty sure I'm on a list. I'm not sure specifically which list, but I know I am on a list. I have ventured to too many things and clicked and got curious on too many things.
Compatible to my views, who was a church administrator of a denomination, and he encouraged me to think about being a pastor, and so I did. Very quickly did.
But Jim Jones soon left the church after it was revealed that they refused a mixed-race congregation. Jones decided that he had bigger sights. In 1956, he bought his own church building and organized a large convention featuring revered religious figures to attract more people to what soon would be his own church, and named it Wings of Deliverance, before later renaming it to People's Temple Full Gospel Church. To allow more people to flock to his message, Jones would integrate his extremist beliefs into a form of religion, causing people to commit themselves fully to his ideals, no matter how unusual they were. He began performing healing sessions and clairvoyant revelations and ended up attracting the attention of many spiritualists.
Edie? Are your fingers numb? In your right hand. Reach the fingers out that are bothering you. Now, is the pain gone?
Jones had also preached racial desegregation, opening his church to members of any ethnic group, also helping racially integrate other churches, restaurants, police departments, and theaters.
You know what's crazy? The most easiest way to rile and collect people and control them is abusing religion. Like, there's, like, if you look at the past cases, like, actually the most crazy mother truckers abuses religion to control the mass. Like, that's why you see, like, some games, they use, like, the church reference, or, like, religion reference, because that's like, the most easiest way to control people and make them believe on your deluded stuff that's not even related to their religion. Money costs money. Yeah, you could use money as well. But how do you, like, get, like, a bunch of people use religion? They just abuse the religion in bad faith.
At the time, Jones seemed like a kind and progressive man, and over the years, more and more people started joining the church. By the 1970s, it had amassed around 3,000 members. In the early 1970s, Jones relocated his church from Indianapolis to San Francisco, claiming that Indianapolis was not progressive enough to house his people. He also opened up a temple in Los Angeles. Growing as a religious icon in California, Jones would receive support from public officials and politicians at the time, like Governor Jerry Brown, columnist Herb Caen, and even the Vice President Walter Mondale for his charitable efforts and progressive teachings. As the year progressed, Jones's once high public opinion would begin to crumble, causing a shift in the minds of the general population. After opening up his church in multiple locations across California and an increase
Dang,
of
he
devoted
grew
members,
so much.
the larger public began growing increasingly critical of Jones and his followers. With the anti-communist sentiment growing in the United States, several newspapers started criticizing Jones and the People's Temple. Rumors were spreading about his strict leadership style and his questionable relationship.
I'm getting deja vu with the name Jim Jones. Is why people still call us cult because when we belong to each other, same faith. I don't understand that. Like, if you guys are from the same practice, you guys practice the same branch of that religion, why be against each other? I feel like specifically the leader of the church did that way out of like some selfish reasons, which is bad. Very bad.
With some of the temple's members. Former members of the People's Temple even accused Jones of forcing them to sell their houses and belongings to raise money for the group. The group was seemingly becoming more of a cult than a harmless church. Realizing that he was becoming more and more unpopular among the American public, Jones began looking for a way to escape the American media. He decided his best course of action was to re-establish his church in another country, to be able to preach his morals without the scrutiny of the media. And because his followers were so devoted to Jones, they decided to move with him. After looking at multiple places like Canada, Barbados, and Trinidad, Jones settled on Guyana. With the socialist politics of Guyana, it seemed like the perfect place to settle his now completely devoted followers. The Guyanese government subsequently welcomed them into the country because at the time, the disputed border between Venezuela and Guyana was becoming an increasingly dangerous problem. With the risk of an attack looming over either nation, the Guyanese government reasoned that situating Americans near the disputed border would lower the chances of an attack. Nevertheless, Jones and hundreds of his followers started flowing through the border to settle into the Guyanese capital of Georgetown. After relocating, they subsequently renamed their group to the People's Temple Agricultural Project, informally known as Jonestown.
Earlier, we're in the same type of shirt.
Jones would portray Jonestown as a utopia or a socialist paradise, away from all the pressures of the American media. What the members of the group did not know, however, was that Jones had restricted their visas, effectively barring any of them from leaving the country and returning back to their lives in America.
Oh.
By curtailing their visas, everyone became completely reliant on Jones for everything, including news of the outside, emotional and spiritual support, as well as basic everyday needs, thus allowing him to become the only channel of knowledge in their completely isolated society.
Rivers meeting new people, which will soon be our hope line.
Life in Jonestown was bleak. Jones would force his followers to watch Soviet propaganda documentaries and would give lectures about the revolution and alliances with the Soviet. An ex-cult member, Deborah Layton Blakey, recalls that frequently at temple meetings, Jones would talk non-stop for hours. At
I don't do
times,
this.
He claimed that he was the reincarnation of
I don't
either
restrict
Lenin,
your
Jesus
freedom.
Christ, or one of the variety of other religious or political figures. Members would work 6 days a week with near 12-hour shifts every day, with only an hour for lunch. Even then, much of the food needed to be imported, and on some days, the only thing that would be served was rice and beans.
Rice and beans are yummy.
These are potato chips made from plantain, and they're more delicious. They're a combination of a potato chip and a French fry. And radishes, You don't know what you're missing down here? They make their own buns and hamburgers and the leafy green vegetables. By the way, we just won first prize from the national government of Guyana for our leafy green vegetables. Here are the people at the table eating an afternoon snack. You see Pepsi-Colas here for 3 cents, American money. That sounds appetizing, doesn't it? I can't get anybody to go home with me.
The members, including Jones, lived in small communal houses woven from truly palm. Couples would even surrender their children to communal care, sometimes only being able to see them briefly at night.
What?
Jonestown was surrounded by armed guards, patrolling the area to enforce rules. If a member was caught trying to escape, they'd be injected with various drugs as part of an extended care unit. In fact, Jonestown contained thousands
Jesus.
of doses of depressants, enough to inject the entire population of Jonestown hundreds of times. Although, even with all of these seemingly horrible rules, when interviewed by the American Embassy, none of the 75 people questioned said that they wanted to leave Jonestown.
Peaceful and productive place in which to live. Are you happy here?
Oh, I should say I am. I've never been any happier in my life.
You want to stay?
Are they that brainwashed? I need to take notes from Jim Jones.
And you girls?
The brainwash is working.
I love staying here. I'm getting trained in obstetrics. I'm lab toy technician. I find my work here very fulfilling. I love it here.
Is learned
I like
helpfulness?
this place much better, and I won't want to go back there.
I need to take notes.
I'd like to be here with the rest of my friends.
He has brainwashed hundreds of people.
I'm very happy here. It's the best place I've ever been.
And somehow they don't hate it.
I wouldn't want to leave here because I have, it's really nice here, and I have, got a good education here, and got a lot of friends here. I like it here a lot.
Stockholm's like, yeah.
People say, some people have said.
Like, he somehow like imprisoned them and they end up loving it now.
You could?
Yeah, if I really wanted to, I'm
They're boomers.
really wanted to.
But like,
Every few nights, events nicknamed White Night rehearsals would be performed. During these nights, Jones would line up the members and give them a drink, usually being punch or Kool-Aid. After the members drank the liquid, Jones would claim that the drink was actually poison, and they would die in 45 minutes. But as the name White Night Rehearsal suggests, the poison wasn't real.
Jim started talking about our cause, and he said, this punch is going to be passed out to everybody here. We all drank our punch, and then, he said, you just drank poison. And we will all die right here in the church together as one. The women were just screaming, oh no, my baby, my baby. And others just sat there. And all of a sudden Jim says, that wasn't poison you drank.
By this time, Jones had started noticing that some people were expressing thoughts of leaving Jonestown. To counteract the sentiment, he taught his followers to turn in anyone who told them they wanted to leave, allowing members to compete in their level of devotion and fear punishment at any time. Forcing his followers to doubt each other and scheme against each other only elevated their reliance on Jones and increased his perceived position amongst them.
A father would turn in a son, a husband would turn in a wife, a small child would turn in a parent.
What?
There was no freedom to express to one another what was going on because everything was suspect. The most forbidden thing to express was to leave.
He said, I really want to get away from here, and by Christmas I will be gone.
By Christmas, do you want to be gone?
Yeah, well,
By Christmas, do you want to be gone? By Christmas, do you want to be gone?
I would ask you, could I go home to make a trip to see my people?
I have the power to send you home by Christmas, but it's not on Trans World Airlines.
Let's do the death.
Blasphemy. It's blasphemy.
Blasphemy.
Going back when you have not been given any approval. Do you want to go home?
No.
Well, then be seated and shut your mouth and don't be in my face anymore.
Dang, he has a god complex.
Back in America, accusations of illegal activity occurring at Jonestown were starting to get serious.
Supposing they'll be put
Relatives
down.
of People's Temple members and ex-members were participating in meetings, planning on how to bring the questionable actions of Jim Jones to light. Together, the group named themselves Concerned Relatives. At first, they engaged in letter-writing campaigns to the U.S. Secretary of State and even traveled to Washington, D.C. to attempt to spark an investigation. In 1978, the group handed out a packet of documents outlining the illegal activity happening in Jonestown, titled Accusations of Human Rights Violations by Reverend James Warren Jones, to members of the press and members of the Congress.
Al and Jeannie Mills operate the Human Freedom Center where today's gathering was held. Although Mills left the People's Temple in November 1975, he has received a number of threats in the past 3 years. He explains his feelings about the People's Temple.
To leave People's Temple, you had to decide you'd rather die than continue to go there and see the beatings and the mistreatment of people, the rip-off of senior black people from their homes, all their property. You had to decide that you were ready to die when you left the church.
That is no
Jones,
church.
in retaliation, hired an attorney, Mark Lane, to try to prove that the CIA, the FBI, and the U.S. Post Office was trying to fabricate an elaborate conspiracy against him.
Attorney Mark Lane, who went to Jonestown on an independent investigation, told me on October 3rd that no one is being held by the People's Temple against his will.
They're told that this person wants to leave. The American embassy and the first consul, who I believe is related to the Central Intelligence Agency, goes there with a car, has an individual meeting with the individual involved, and says, and they've repeated this to me, both the embassy and the people involved, here's a car, there's no one to stop you. If you like, come in the car, we will drive you back. We have a plane waiting, we'll fly you to Jonestown, there's a ticket, we'll take your flight right back to your home, and no one can stop us. Do you want to go? And they say, no, I don't.
Needless to say, these claims were unfounded. But on the other side, the concerned relatives were making significant progress. In fact, Leo Ryan, a U.S. representative, announced that he would visit Jonestown and investigate the practices of Jones and the group. So, on November 14th, 1978, Leo Ryan, along with a group of around 20 people, including news reporters, photographers, and members of the concerned relatives, flew to Guyana's capital, Georgetown. Upon arrival into Georgetown, another flight was needed to reach Jonestown, and because of the aircraft's seating limitations, only a limited number of people could be flown to the location. Upon arrival, Jones initially only allowed Leo Ryan and 3 others to enter Jonestown, while the rest of the group would be welcomed in after sunset. Upon finally arriving at Jonestown, the group was welcomed with dinner and entertainment, and Jones even agreed to speak with news reporters on camera.
I think that all of you know that I'm here to find out more about questions that have been raised about your operation here. But I can tell you right now that from the few conversations I've had with some of the folks here already this evening, that whatever the comments are, there are some people here who believe that this is the best.
This is successful brother of
Everything seemed to be going well, but under the surface, Jones was losing grip and his paranoia was setting in. It was later revealed and confirmed that Jones had run rehearsals on how to try and convince Ryan that nothing was wrong. But apparently, Jones didn't pay enough attention to his followers that night, because at 2:15 p.m. on the same day, Vernon Gosney and Monica Bagby, 2 cult members, passed NBC reporter Don Harris a note.
When Congressman Ryan came, I wanted to pass him a note. It said, help us get out of Jonestown. When one of the reporters was walking around towards the edge of the pavilion, I stuck the note in the fold of his arm, and it fell to the ground. And so I picked up the note, and I gave it back to him. I said, you dropped something. And this little boy, about 9 years old, started saying, he passed a note, he passed a note.
Don Harris, who was the NBC
the little boy snitched on
me and Congressman Ryan, and handed us these 2 notes from people that wanted to leave. So at that point, we knew that something was very, very wrong.
On the following day, Harris confronted Jones about the note.
Last night, someone came and passed me this note. He's the one that I'm just talking about. Yeah, this is the man that wants to leave his son here. Doesn't it concern you, though, that this man, for whatever reason, one of the people in your group... People play games, friend. They lie. What can I do about liars? Are you people going to leave us? I just beg you, please leave us. Bill, we will bother nobody. Anybody wants to get out of here can get out of here. We have no problem by getting out of here. They come and go all the time.
I think it's not only Stockholm Syndrome, is that anyone with family, he's gonna threaten. It's like, if you try to leave or say
More
anything,
members started changing their minds.
I will kill
Reporters were
them.
told by several members that they wanted to leave Jonestown.
Now, do I both understand you to say that you both wanted Jonestown on this date, November 18, 1978?
And as the number of defectors began to grow, it became more and more chaotic. Before Ryan and the delegation knew it, the number of people who wanted to leave Jonestown grew to about 20 people. The delegation was initially scheduled to be picked up by a 19-passenger aircraft, but with the additional members, they needed a second one. The U.S. Embassy swiftly arranged for a second plane, a 6-passenger Cessna that was scheduled to arrive around 4:30 p.m. With the transportation prepared, the delegation and the defectors started departing from Jonestown in a truck. Leo Ryan and another official, Dwyer, stayed behind to see if there were any additional defectors. Eventually, a few others joined them to defect from Jonestown, but members were surprised when one person in particular, Larry Layton, said he wanted to defect. Layton was an extremely loyal Templar member, and it seemed strange that he was demanding to join the group and leave Jonestown. Many other Temple members voiced their suspicions on Layton's intentions, but Ryan and Dwyer ultimately let him join. While the truck was about to depart, a Temple member, presumably angry that too many people were leaving, pulled out a knife and tried to stab Leo Ryan. But before he could do so, other members wrestled him to the ground, disarming him of his weapon. This, along with growing tensions between the delegation and the Temple members, signaled that Ryan and his crew should begin to leave immediately. They arrived at Port Kaituma airstrip, where the planes were supposed to pick them up, but to Ryan's surprise, neither of the planes had shown up. After waiting around half an hour, the planes finally arrived and the delegation wasted no time boarding the plane. The 6-passenger Cessna was the first aircraft that was set up for takeoff, and while the aircraft taxied to the far end of the airstrip, Larry Layton, the Temple loyalist, took out a handgun and started shooting at random inside the plane. In his rampage, he wounded Bagby and Gosney, 2 Temple members, and reportedly had tried to kill a third, but was ultimately disarmed. Around the same time, while the passengers were trying to get on the second plane, a tractor with a trailer attached drove up to the aircraft, parking in a way that would block the group from running into the forest. The delegation mostly ignored the truck, their main focus being trying to board the plane. But as the truck came to a stop, around 9 Temple members hopped out of the trailer and started shooting at the plane with shotguns, handguns, and rifles. An NBC reporter that was filming at the time dropped the camera and recorded these images.
Holy heck. They're really brainwashed.
At least 2 shooters circled the plane on foot, shooting multiple officials and Temple members at point-blank range. Ultimately, Bob Brown, the man who recorded the video, was killed, along with Greg Robinson, a photographer, Don Harris, an NBC reporter, Congressman Leo Ryan, and Temple defector Patricia Parks. After the shooting had stopped and the shooters had left, the pilots and co-pilots of both planes boarded the Cessna and flew to Georgetown, leaving the injured members on the airstrip. Meanwhile, back at Jonestown, most members were unaware that a shooting had just occurred and were told that everything was fine and that they should stay in their homes. But behind this constant reassurance was a sinister plan. Jones and other aides were preparing a large tub of grape flavor aid laced with Valium, chloral hydrate, cyanide, and Phenergan, enough to kill an adult male in 30 minutes. After finishing the mixture, Jones called all Temple members to join him in the pavilion, the usual place for group meetings.
The loyalist.
Arrived, Jones told them all to drink the flavor aid mixture and explained that by drinking this mixture, they would be committing what he called revolutionary suicide. At the same time, Jones started recording the ordeal as it was taking place in a 44-minute video now nicknamed the Death Tape.
Time immemorial, no man takes my life from me, I lay my life down. So to sit here and wait for the catastrophe that's going to happen on that airplane, it's going to be a catastrophe. Almost happened here. Almost happened. The congressman was nearly killed here. But you can't steal people's children. You can't take off with people's children without expecting a violent reaction. Because what's going to happen here in a matter of a few minutes is that one of those people on that plane is going to shoot the pilot. I know that. I didn't plan it, but I know it's going to happen. They're going to shoot that pilot, and down comes that plane into the jungle. And we had better not have any of our children left when it's over, because they'll parachute in here on us.
How did you
step over quietly, because we are not committing suicide. It's a revolutionary act. We can't go back. They won't leave us alone. They're now going back to tell more lies, which means more congressmen, and there's no way we can survive. 1,200 people's lives in my hands, and I certainly don't want your life in my hand, but I'm going to tell you, Christine, without
This
me,
is some
life
top
has
tier
no meaning.
gaslighting.
I'm the best friend you'll ever have. I don't separate myself from your actions or his actions. If you'd done something wrong, I'd stand with you. If they wanted to come and get you, they'd have to take me.
We're all ready to go. If you tell us we have to give our lives now, we're ready. I'm pretty sure all the rest of the brothers.
Jesus.
Long months I tried to keep this thing from happening, but I now see it's the will of sovereign being that this happened to us. That we lay down our lives in protest against what's being done. That we lay down our lives to protest in what's being done. The criminality of people, the cruelty of people. Who walked out of here today? Did you notice who walked out? Mostly white people.
I was pulling the race card.
Mostly white people walked.
That is wrong.
I'm so grateful for the ones that didn't, those who knew who they are. But there's no point. There's no point to this. We are born before our time.
18 minutes into the tape, the shooters who ambushed the delegation returned to Jonestown and informed Jones that the congressman was murdered.
Yes, my love.
At one time, I felt just like Christine felt. But after today, I don't feel anything because the biggest majority of the people that left here were white. And I know it really hurt my heart because
Broke your heart, didn't it?
It broke my heart to think that all of these years that these white people have been with us and they're not a part of us. So we might as well end it now because I don't see...
Talking, the congressman has been murdered. It's all over, all over. What a legacy, what a legacy. But the Red Brigade's the only ones that ever made any sense anyway. They invaded our privacy, they came into our home, they followed us 6,000 miles away. The Red Brigade showed them justice. The congressman's dead. Please,
I hear
Mr. Medication.
babies.
It's
Oh my
simple.
gosh.
It's simple. There's no convulsions with it. It's just simple. Just please get it. Before it's too late, the GDF will be here. I tell you, get moving, get moving, get moving. Yeah. Don't be afraid to die. If these people land out here, they'll torture some of our children here. They'll torture our people. They'll torture our seniors. We cannot have this.
They're not gonna torture.
Are you going to separate yourself from
They're
whoever shot the
separate. They're
congressman?
gonna...
I don't know who shot him. Speaker Pete and those had a right to go, and they had a right to... How many are dead? Oh, God almighty, God almighty. Patty Parks is dead?
You and the others to endure long enough in a safe place to write about the goodness of Jim Jones?
I don't know how in the world they're ever going to write about us. It's just too late.
You're right about it? Or say, Jim Jones, you're a crazy mud trucker. You should be put in an asylum.
They're dead. They're all laying out. They're dead.
They're not traitors. They're smart. Smart people.
I didn't, but my people did.
Children aren't crying from pain. It's just a little bitter tasting, but they're not crying out of any pain.
Oh, they gave the poisons to the babies.
Great deal because of Jim Jones. And the way the children are laying there now, I'd rather see them lay like that than to see them have to die like the Jews did, which was pitiful anyhow. And I'd just like to thank Dad.
Wait, what's worse, like being gassed or drinking poison? Because you can taste the poison. Wait, I need to ask ChatGPT. a 30-minute drinking a poison juice that'll kill you in 30 minutes versus being gassed like the Jews in Holocaust. Which situation can it cause? Which situation reach death faster? Just quick. Man, they're telling me to go to the suicide and crisis lifeline. I'm not suicidal. I'm curious. This is a knowledgeable information question. Okay, seeing being gassed is worse than drinking freaking poison. Okay. You're melting her love by adding being gassed is worse, I guess. No, I'm not, I had to tell ChatGPT I'm not suicidal. It answered my question though, once I said that I'm not suicidal. Now she's crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm a normal crow girl. I'm just curious. But being gassed is, yeah, like they do, it just seems this is the path to death is worse than drinking poison. Because Jim Jones gave him like Kool-Aid poison, so it just tastes bitter. And then like it takes like 30 minutes, but if you be gassed, you'll be like, you suffered through it. Take a while to die. Oh.
For giving us life and also death. And I appreciate the fact
that
our children are going. Because, like Dad said, when they come in, what they're going to do to our children, they're going to massacre our children. And also the ones that they take captured, they're going to just let them grow up and be dummies like they want them to be. And not grow up to be a socialist like the one and only Jim Jones.
They took us and put us in chains, and that's nothing. There's no comparison to that, to this. They robbed us of our land, and they've taken us and driven us, and we tried to find ourselves. We tried to find a new beginning, but it's too late. You can't separate yourself from your brother and your sister. No way I'm going to do it. I refuse. I don't know who fired the shot. I don't know who killed the congressman. But as far as I'm concerned, I killed him. You understand what I'm saying? I killed him. Die with respect. Die with a degree of dignity. Lay down your life with dignity. Don't lay down with tears and agony. There's nothing to death. It's like Max said. It's just stepping over into another plane. Don't be this way. Stop this hysterics. This is not the way for people who are socialists, communists to die. No way for us to die. We must die with
I think communists thrives to do mass suicides.
So that it will not hurt
mute, if you would be quiet, if you would be quiet. Death is, I tell you, I don't care how many
Innocent children are dying for this guy. Pathology. Sick, sick human.
You'd be glad to be stepping over tonight.
It is unclear if any members initially thought that this was just another White Night rehearsal, but even if members wanted to run away, the pavilion was surrounded by armed guards. In the recording, Jones used many techniques to convince people to follow his instructions. First, he frames the act of committing suicide as the only possible option in the current circumstances. One cult member, Christine Miller, even suggests an alternative, but was immediately shot down by Jones.
Jeez.
Well, I said let's make an airlift to Russia. That's what I say. I don't think nothing is impossible.
Well, how are we going to
believe it?
How are you going to airlift to Russia?
Well, I thought they said if we got in an emergency, they gave you a code to let them know.
No, they did. They gave us the code that they'd let us know of an issue, not us create any. There's no, Christine, it's not worth living like this. It's worth living.
I'll be right back. I hear Grandma calling for me. Be right back. Dear crowies, the weather is getting colder. Wear pants. I underestimate the coldness of fall. I was like, okay, you can't be that cold. So I went out without pants and it was freezing cold. I ran back inside to get something to wear. It's so freaking cold. If I do that, see. No, that isn't comfy. I do. Yeah, the heater is working. My room is pretty cold. I mean, not pretty warm. Like, really warm. That's why, like, I think Mia has been, like, trying to sleep in my room. But I keep forgetting. I always lock on my room. So, she can't come in my room because I have it locked. I keep locking it. I will have it, like, whenever I go in my room, I just lock it behind me. Let me sure it's gonna sleep, you sure. That's good. As long as you're warm. I don't hate Mia. I just forget that she... Like, whenever I do leave my door open, when I do forget, whenever and then I turn around my chair, I see her sleeping on my bed. Oh, she's sleeping on my, there, I bought this cat rug. She's, like, either sleeping on that. You know, I will show you the cat rug, but, my room is a bit of a mess. I can't see the floor. There's too much clothes. I can clean my clothes. Yes. There's a pile of freaking clothes everywhere. I don't know. I was like, I have this skill level to make my room dirty somehow so fast within 42 hours. And there's like a passive to the skill that whenever I leave my room, there's always a +1 mess that like stacks up every time. This cat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but like 9. I have 3 bowls. Still, I have a bowl of leftover pasta, a bowl of leftover cereal, a bowl of leftover noodles, plate, another empty plate, a cups filled with water. I have like 3 cups filled with water. It's like whenever I'm in my room, within like more than 2 hours, it just becomes messy. I don't know how. Like, my room can only stay clean within a day. And then all of a sudden it just becomes messy again. I don't know how that happens. It's pretty clean now. It smells alright. They're literally laying on the floor. I wish this was a keys. It doesn't stink. It does not stink at all. I never do the school week. It does. Actually, it gets more dirty. No, it doesn't. I mean, it does good during the weekdays because whenever I come back, I just like strip and take over my clothes and just throw it, and then go to sleep, or just rot on my bed and do like eat. It's like only during my weekends that my desk dirty because that's like the only time I do feel like getting on my PC because before Thursdays I'm not really on my PC because I come home late and I just get too tired to use it, so I just open up my laptop on my bed. It's not stinky. It's not stinky at all. It's okay. I actually spilled orange juice on my desk. It's a bit sticky, and it went down. No, I remember. Yes, I remember. I spilled the orange juice, but then like I didn't have time to deeply clean it because I was gonna be late to my train. So I picked up a shirt on the floor and I wiped it off as much as possible. And I wiped any orange juice on the floor as well. And then like I just left the shirt there and I ran to go to my train. I don't know what the shirt is right now. It's in a pile. Then I had to take off my because I think the orange is like kind of seep through the desk because one of my think the shelf the wardrobe thingy you pull with storage. It was stuck because the oranges. So I had to take it off. Then I need to wipe it. I have a grease cleaner spray. Bleach spray. There we go. I'm okay. This is not messy, okay? It's just pretty lazy. I mean, lazy is messy, but it's not that messy yet. It's still clean. If I just take the dishes out and I just stuff all the clothes in the closet, that'd be clean. It'll be pretty clean, I tell you that. Do not. Oh, it's how separate. I don't think clothes can get moldy either. But I'm a pretty clean person. I'm telling you this. I'm actually a pretty clean person. It's just I clean everywhere but my room. My room is my cave. I don't know why. Like, whenever I go, like, around the house, if there's, like, something dirty, I have the urge to clean it. I clean it, yeah. I like clean area. But for some reason, when I enter my room, that mindset goes away. But it's pretty clean, I tell you that. You just need to take those dishes away. I just need to wipe the table. I need to stuff all the clean clothes into the closet. I take all the dirty clothes to the laundry. Please, I will. Well, it was a black shirt, and there's a lot of black shirts. I don't know. I think I have to sniff them all. Are you able to tell? So.
Like this. I think that there were too few who left for 1,200 people to give them their lives for those people that left.
Do you know how many left?
20 odd. That's a small.
It can't develop much.
What's here?
20 odd. But what's going to happen when they don't leave?
You mean the people here?
Yeah, what's going to happen to us when they don't leave, when they get on the plane and the plane goes down?
I don't think it'll go down.
You don't think it'll go down? I wish I could tell you you were right, but I'm right.
Jones also frames the act of committing suicide as finally being at peace and escaping the hellish world he claimed they were living in.
I said I'm afraid to die.
I don't think you are. I don't think you are.
But,
I'll find it tomorrow.
I look at our babies and I think they deserve to live.
True.
You know?
They do deserve to live.
What's more, they deserve peace.
We all came here for peace.
And have we had it?
No.
I tried to give it to you. I've laid down my life practically. I've practically died every day to give you peace, and you've still not had any peace. You look better than I've seen you in a long while, but it's still not the kind of peace that I wanted to give you.
As the temple members finished taking the poison, the guards of the temple were called in to do the same. After the ordeal, Jones was found deceased with a gunshot wound to the head, consistent with being self-inflicted. However, some people in Jonestown survived.
Oh.
On the day of the mass suicide, two lawyers, Mark Lane and Charles Gary, who were supposed to be representing some of the temple members, had previously been told that some of the members had developed grudges against them. In response, Lane and Gary asked to be escorted to a guest house in Jonestown, typically used to house visitors. According to them, on the day of the suicide, they convinced two guards at the house to let them go. After escaping from the house, Lane and Gary fled into the jungle to try to get to Port Kaituma, where at the time the shooting was still taking place. They hid in the jungle until it was all over. Several temple members managed to escape too. Stanley Clayton, only 25 years old at the time, was in the pavilion when the mass suicide was taking place. He initially thought that it was just another white night rehearsal, but when he saw that the guards were also taking the kitchen staff into the pavilion, he grew suspicious, because kitchen staff usually weren't invited to the temple meetings. When he arrived at the pavilion, his suspicions were justified, and after seeing his mother and girlfriend commit suicide, he told a guard that he wanted to say goodbye to some of his friends before dying. The guard agreed, and when they weren't looking, Clayton made a run for it into the forest.
So all the babies were laid out there dead?
Yes.
What about people who didn't want to die and they saw all this going on?
People that didn't want to die, I would say a lot of people didn't want to die. They were just sitting there, frightened, afraid.
Jim Jones
was continually saying, hurry, hurry, we must all do this, we must all die, we must die with dignity.
Die with respect, die with a degree of dignity. Lay down your life with dignity, don't lay down with tears and agony. Hurry, hurry, my children, hurry.
Only thing I was trying to do was trying to figure a way out of it.
Minus 900. He has 900 souls.
Suicide.
How did you get out of it?
I managed to slip through one of the guards.
Grover Davis, a 79-year-old temple member who was hard of hearing at the time, missed the announcement to go to the pavilion, and so he stayed inside his home. After he realized that a mass suicide was taking place, he laid down in a ditch and pretended to be dead until the ordeal had ended. Another temple member, Catherine Hyacinth Edwards, who was 76 at the time, hid under her bed when she heard the announcement. She slept there until 7 a.m. the next morning. Waking up, she saw the land surrounding her shack littered with bodies, including her sister and other relatives. She was the only living person that was in Jonestown when Guyanese troops arrived.
Only her?
Almost 22 hours after the shooting, a Guyanese government plane arrived to evacuate the injured members of the delegation that were left on the airstrip. Most of them spent the night at Port Kaituma Cafe, while the more critically injured spent the night at a tent near the airstrip. Initially, there was only one medical doctor to examine the scene, Dr. C. Leslie Mutu. He visually examined over 200 bodies, later claiming that at least 70 of them had needle marks. Plastic cups and syringes were found littered around the bodies. Letters were also discovered near the bodies of some victims, presumably written as suicide notes. A typewritten note from Marceline Jones, a Temple member, reads, "I, Marceline Jones, leave all bank assets in my name to the Communist Party of the USSR. For anyone who finds this letter, please honor this request as it is most important to myself and my husband, James W. Jones." Another Temple member, Annie Moore, left a handwritten note that attempts to explain that Jonestown wasn't a bad place and that Jones was a good person, before ending it with the phrase, "We died because you would not let us live in peace." In total, 909 people died in the Jonestown massacre, but the survivor count is disputed. It could range anywhere from 6 to 87. The bodies of the Temple members were collected by the United States military in Guyana and transported back to America. Initially, the American government had tried to have the bodies buried in Guyana, but the Guyanese government declined, and the families of the loved ones also wanted to see their relatives come home. So the government ended up having to airlift all 900 bodies back to America. The bodies finally arrived at the Dover Air Force Base in Delaware, a base that had previously been used to process the victims of the Tenerife airport disaster, the deadliest airplane crash in history. Due to the sheer amount of bodies found in Jonestown, some corpses were put in the same case to be airlifted to America. In one instance, 490 bodies needed to fit in only 267 cases to speed up the process. The workers at the Air Force Base in Delaware were tasked with fingerprinting, identifying, and processing the bodies. Many of them subsequently developed PTSD from the grueling work. But because this was the late 1970s, not much was known about PTSD. It was only known to come from military experience and was still referred to as shell shock. But a subsequent study that was done that focused on the effect of secondary disaster victims helped give insight on how complex the issue really was. By April of the following year, 1979, more than 300 of the 900 bodies had been claimed by family members and relatives of the victims, but around 500 bodies still remained unidentified, 200 of them being decomposed past the point of identification. Even if bodies were identified or not, cemeteries were reluctant to bury their remains, in fear that it would attract Jonestown sympathizers. But eventually, a cemetery in Oakland agreed to bury the remains of hundreds of victims in a mass grave. Over time, the massacre made its way into mainstream media, popularizing the phrase, "Don't drink the Kool-Aid," referring to the grape flavor aid that was used to kill the citizens of Jonestown. The phrase became an idiom for the act of blind obedience, typically used in a political context.
Troubling, because now it's no longer even strategic. It is, you're drinking your own Kool-Aid in a way that I think is.
I hear about this now. Maybe
that's what I mean. I was wondering why we would say that.
It's almost like, you know, Jim Jones, drink the Kool-Aid and don't really think about anything. Just drink the Kool-Aid.
Although the phrase has been diluted to a simple pop culture reference, the history of it holds a heavy weight. With over 900 dead, 1/3 of them being children, the Jonestown Massacre will continue to be the most devastating mass murder-suicide in American history.
"900 people, 1/3 of them were children. I'm pretty sure the majority of them didn't even want to die. But they had no choice. It's either to drink it or get gunned down by the guards. That is actually so depressing. And the fact that Jim Jones will be able to orchestrate all of this. And the basis of religion and communist. Is starting the cult. Soon. Nah, I don't know. Not soon, I tell you that. Few times. I haven't. I mean, I will hear the name like Jim Jones or the Kool-Aid, but like I never knew what it meant. I thought like they were talking about some like historical person that like have a huge. I mean, Jim Jones does made a huge impact. He actually made history by committing for doing making people do mass suicide. So yeah, he got that achievement. Sick mother trucker. Really? Stacking now. He has 900 souls in him. He should be forever, forever. He will never regain peace, even in the afterlife. He holds soul shoulders. He caused so many people. He brainwashed him, manipulate them. And go. Or now we learn to. Oh, hey, this person is showing some psychotic behavior as a child. I don't think they should lead a church or lead a movement at all. They don't seem sane. They seem crazy. They seem like an asylum patient. Desperate clinging to anything. They're clinging to hope, and they thought Jim Jones could give that the relief, the distraction from reality. To warn people. It was just a lack of background checks. The lack of it causes it to let people like this gain control whatsoever. You wrenched the phone from your ear, nearly tossing it across the room. You could have killed yourself for that thing. Sweat poured down your face. You immediately yanked the computer plug from the socket. Sure, you quick thinking. For running them from combat. I think take this. I can reroll perks. No. Preparing for the worst, people are stocking up on everything, making it harder to find what you want. Let's get this key. Let's take a shower. Wait, what was that? I saw something in the hallway. New people still join Cult TV now, but there's always a new sucker. There's always ways to manipulate people and trick them. Like, say they're telling crazy tattoo. I think crazy is more of like an 8 and 7. I mean, it's a lighthouse. You finally made it. It's like a cursed lighthouse. Your gut is telling you two things. That whoever or whatever is behind the weird events must be on the highest floor of this place. And they should run away from this place as fast as possible. You're afraid there won't be a way back once you start climbing the stairs. Seen everything, bruh. Just climb. This is the boss? What? This is the boss? I'm gonna be cooked. Go. Or die. You're stopping the girl by dirty black school uniform. I'm sorry, but I won't let you go any further. She says, reaching for her back is too late anyways. You instinctively take a back while you know the knife in her hand. You have to think fast. Not enough charisma. You try to talk to her and allow you to pass, but suddenly she raises a knife and slices right across her own throat, nearly disrupting yourself. You carefully step over her body. Crazy girl. Metal key. A tiny page nailed to the key explains open the key will require you to grab 2 metal rods. Using your body as a natural conductor, you pop the key. Bruh. Following the ending staircase, you're stopped with. Whoa, wait a minute. Someone's been taking photo. Focus on me. The photo includes enemies you fought with. There's something wrong, but you can't precisely say what. The second enemy? I don't remember. I don't remember the second enemy that I fought. I'm so retarded. Following the windies, you find a metal key illusory. Find a switch. You manage to unlock the door switch while avoiding the knives and glass shards. To buzz the keys open. The dark goes another round. Did you arrive too late? Manage to stop the ritual waking the room. What's done is done. You'll stir in a slumber again with the stars. You're safe for now. Wait, I beat it? You survived. Level 4, difficult, level skeptic. You managed level 4. You saw 20 new events. You could do 4 new 4. Took. I think. Wait, I think I need to do another run. Because I went to the boss too early, didn't I? Oh, I did went to the boss too early. Choose who you play as. Can you do custom? She's doing background other players specifically. I can choose. Character. I play that. I mean, I was sick of his friends. Custom mom used to really remember me. Rid of one in your family spending extra XP made from injury. Let's see this start with the random Halloween. What is this? Start should have been said during the events of a classic coming in the future. It's hopeless, you can't stop the old gods in this world, there's no more serious to learn. Any place for surviving an endless stream of encounters. Let me trade this one. Unless mode. Okay, we go look at this tree. Good night, weapon. I think I'm gonna go to sleep soon as well. Somewhere a group of people gathers, journey like in their master. Select a god to be them. Something again to confirm your choices. The spider god. Which once again to make it from his slumber. Find his spider. Fire. Bring closer. I want to do this one. It's a freaking book. Alexandria, Florida, BC. The supposed total destruction of the Library of Alexandria. Perfect. Black marble statue has been recently rediscovered and is currently waiting in the Museum of for his long-awaited premiere. Both you and your enemy deal extra damage. Okay. Oh. What is this? Safety in numbers? Why'd you sign that contract on one map? At the end of the mystery, if you don't have, lose two. Oh. Oh. Wait a minute, okay. Introduce. Heal Major while keeping this item in. Oh, okay. Gonna change my clothes. How do I look with that? It doesn't display it. TV. I read that before. It's like the Pico. Creepy neighbor. Struck. So you want available. I have to wake up in 4 hours. No, wait. How long until 5 a.m.? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. If I were to just sleep past 1, it would be 5 hours. If I were to sleep at 12, it would be 6 hours. What? I get retarded now. Alright, wait. Can I save it here? Let me go back. How do I go back? Go back. Go back. Statue. I don't wanna wait. I can restart it because I can just restart. I didn't actually start anything. Be alright. That'll be good enough. So one day here because I have to wake up early tomorrow. So thank you, dear crowies, for keeping me company on this Sunday night. Hopefully you're able to enjoy your night as I did enjoy my night. So then have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Hopefully your Monday goes well. I'll clean it tomorrow. I'll clean my room tomorrow. I'll clean it tomorrow. I promise. Alright, good night.